Monday, March 30th, and we'll be reading Deuteronomy 17 and 18.
All right. Where is it? We have 17? No, wait. You're hiding 18 and 17. Oh, there they are, both of them.
No.
All right, thank
18.
you. Yes, I saw it. Are you ready, Nathaniel?
No.
You're hiding? Oh, that's right. You're over here on this end now. You usually sit by me.
Oh yeah. Mommy.
We're doing,
Mommy.
you're doing Adam and Eve? And the serpent?
Sneaky snake is what it says.
I see him. So is he in Deuteronomy? He is. Why don't you listen carefully? See if we cover him.
Mommy.
Yes. 8? Are we reading 8? Or 18?
17 and 8.
18. Are you ready, Gabriel? You have your spot? You know your place? All right.
17. You must not sacrifice to the Lord your God any bull or sheep that has a blemish or any defect, for that is detestable to the Lord your God. If there be found among you within any of your gates which the Lord your God gives you, man or woman who has acted wickedly in the sight of the Lord your God by transgressing his covenant, and has gone and served other gods and worshipped them, either the sun or the moon or any of the host of heaven which I have not commanded, and if it is told to you and you have heard of it and investigated diligently, and it is true and the matter is certain, and that such a detestable thing has happened in Israel, then you must bring forth that man or that woman who has committed that wicked thing to your gates, that very man or woman, and stone them with stones until they die. On the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses, he that is to die must be put to death, but on the testimony of 1 witness he cannot be put to death. The hands of the witnesses shall be first against him to put him to death, and afterward the hands of all the people. So you shall purge the evil from among you. Courts of law. If there arises a matter too difficult for you in judgment, between one kind of bloodshed and another, between one kind of lawsuit and another, and between one kind of assault and another, matters of controversy within your gates, then you must arise and go to the place where the Lord your God shall choose. You must go to the Levitical priest or to the judge in office those days and inquire, and they will show you the verdict of judgment. You shall do according to the verdict which they declare to you from the place where the Lord will choose to show you, and you must be careful to do that they instruct you to do. You must do according to the terms of the law which they instruct you, and according to the verdict which they tell you. You must not deviate from the sentence which they show you, to the right or to the left. The man who acts presumptuously and does not listen to the priest who stands to minister before the Lord their God, or to judge, that man must die, and you must purge the evil from Israel. Then all the people will hear and fear, and not act presumptuously again. Appointing a king. When you have come into the land which the Lord your God gives you, and possesses it, and dwell there, and then say, I will set a king over me just like the nations that are around me, you must set a king over you whom the Lord your God will choose. You must select a king over you who is from among you, your brothers. You must not select a foreigner over you who is not your countrymen. What is more, he shall not accumulate horses for himself, or cause the people to return to Egypt in order that he accumulate horses. For as the Lord has said to you, you must not go back the way ever again. He shall not inquire many wives for himself, lest his heart turn away, nor shall he acquire for himself excess silver and gold. It must be, when he sits on the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write a copy of this law for himself on the scroll before the priests, the Levites. It must be with him, and he must read it all the days of his life, so that he may learn to fear the Lord his God, and carefully observe all the words of his law and these statutes, and do them. That his heart will not be lifted up above his brothers, and so that he may not turn aside from the commandment to the right or to the left, to the end, so that he may prolong his days in the kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. 18. Provision for priests and Levites. The Levitical priests and all the tribe of Levi will not have any portion or inheritance with Israel. They must eat the offerings of the Lord made by fire in his portion. They will have no inheritance among their brothers. The Lord is their inheritance, just as he has said to them. This shall be the priest's due from the people, from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it be an ox or sheep. They shall give to the priest the shoulder, the 2 cheeks, and the stomach. You must give him the first fruit of your grain, of your wine, and of your oil, and the first of the fleece of your sheep also. For the Lord your God has chosen of all the tribes to stand to minister in the name of the Lord, him and his sons forever. If a Levite comes from any of your gates out of Israel where he lives, and comes with all the desire of his mind to the place where the Lord shall choose, then he shall minister in the name of the Lord his God, as all his brothers and Levites do, who stand there before the Lord. They must have the same portions to eat, besides any profits he may receive from the sale of his father's inheritance, a call to holiness. Then you shall enter into the land which the Lord your God gives you. You must not learn to practice the abominations of those nations. There must be not found among you anyone that makes his son or his daughter pass through the fire, or who uses divination, or uses witchcraft, or an interpreter of omens, or a sorcerer, or one who casts spells, or a spiritualist, or an occultist, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination to the Lord, and because of these abominations the Lord your God will drive them out from before you. You must be blameless before the Lord your God. The prophet. For these nations which you shall possess, listen to soothsayers and to diviners, but also for you the Lord your God has not permitted you to do so. The Lord your God will raise up for you a prophet from the midst of you, of your brothers, like me. You must listen to him. This is according to all you desired of the Lord your God in Oreb on the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my God, nor let me see this great fire any more, so that I do not die. The Lord said to me, They have done well in what they have said. I will raise up a prophet from among their brothers like you, and will put my words in his mouth, and he will speak to them all that I command him. It will be that whoever will not listen to my words, which he will speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet who presumes to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or shall speak in the name of the other gods, that prophet shall die. And you may say in your heart, How can we know the word which the Lord has not spoken? When a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, if the thing does not occur or comes to pass, that is the thing which the Lord has not spoken, the prophet has spoken it presumptuously, you shall not be afraid of him.
Deuteronomy.
17 and 18.
What happened to Catherine and Matthew?
I do got him.
Catherine had to go potty. Yes. She's.
I'm still over here though.
Yes, you are. You're still listening. You're right. So you're coming to say something?
Bye. Have a great day. Please
Hey,
subscribe.
bye.
Thank you.
Have a great day.